I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the Fitchburg Cultural Council. It is Tuesday, November 17th at 4:32 p.m. We are streaming live on FATV and also on Facebook Live. This is being recorded. For any guests, you have the opportunity to speak at the beginning of our meeting under 2 minutes, as long as it's on the agenda. I don't think we have any guests with us. We do have in attendance Joe Bowen, Matt Brune, Jim Cregan, Claudia Stevens, Audrey Pendleton Chow, Casey Taylor, Eileen Berger, and of course Fitchburg Access Television is our host today. We are the Fitchburg Cultural Council. I think it's good to remind everyone that this is a volunteer organization that's a piece of city government and ultimately the state government, and that our mission is to support the arts locally. And so I thank everybody who's with us today for your service, for your volunteer service in the Fitchburg community. Today, we'd like to start off by voting on our previous meeting minutes. I wondered if Audrey could share the screen for us to show us the meeting minutes from the last meeting for us to review.
Am I right? Am I writing the minutes for tonight, for today?
Matt's covering it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've offered to do
Thank you,
that.
Matt.
So you're welcome, Audrey.
You're the greatest.
If you really want to do them,
No.
I'm happy to.
No,
I'm
would
happy to
love-
wet my beak on them today.
Do you have them, Audrey?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. So this is from our last meeting, our special meeting. You guys tell Audrey when she needs to scroll.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Anyone speaking to the motion? So we have a motion to approve the minutes from the 11/11 meeting by Eileen, a second by Jim. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much for sharing those, Audrey.
Welcome. Attached with the minutes will be the 3 documents that were shared. Darn it.
So next, I'd like to share, Audrey, if you could, the adjusted roll sheet that we had sent around. I'd like everybody to look at that. Basically, it goes over some details. I hope everybody had a chance to look at it. Adjusting the rolls slightly, breaking everything up a little bit so no one's roll is too heavy. I just wanted everyone to review them, so Audrey will share them when she can.
Did we
Matt, are
ever
we going-
approve the minutes from the previous meeting before the special meeting?
That's a very good question. I don't know the answer to that. Anyone remember?
I don't think we did. I mean, Sean sent me the minutes. I don't know if he had adjusted them at all.
If you want to bring them up, we can do that quickly.
Sure.
Matt, are we going at an okay pace? Okay. Sorry, Jim.
No, I thought we did. I thought we did approve of the last meeting, to the previous meeting.
From October 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wasn't the meeting after October 20th was the special meeting and we didn't approve any minutes during it?
During the special meeting? I don't think we did, Jim.
No? Okay.
It's not on the agenda. I have the agenda from the last meeting.
Yeah, so let's do it quick. You
Okay.
can grab them.
Oh, nope, sorry, wrong one. Oh, here we go. Can you guys see that? Does it say Tuesday, October 20th on it?
Yes.
Tell me when to scroll.
A little bigger, Audrey, is it possible?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll. Oh,
Maybe I need glasses.
is that better
Yes.
or bigger?
Sorry, could you make that just a little bigger?
Yeah.
Thank you.
of
Also,
course.
Audrey, I hate to be that person, but the deadline on your background is also the previous deadline.
Ooh, thank you. I will fix that. Do not hate to be that person. I need all the double checking. I'll fix
I
that
gotcha.
after I stop sharing.
Okay.
Can you scroll, Audrey, on this document? So we can
Yeah,
see the rest?
it looks like there's a comma and period that shouldn't be here.
Is there anything further down?
Yes.
There we go. Can we see a little further down, please?
What what should this word be?
Finances.
Funds,
Money.
fund,
What happened?
Is that the end?
Um,
Oh, no, not
nope,
quite.
there's more.
Okay.
I think that's the end.
What time did we
Oh,
adjourn?
no, it's not, because obviously it has to have a motion to approve.
Let's scroll. And more, please.
That's it.
Okay.
I motion to approve as amended.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Eileen and a second by Audrey. Anyone speaking to this motion? Okay, it's unanimous. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Minutes approved from 10:20. Does that get us up to date?
I think so.
Excellent. Now, if we could share that other document on the rolls, Audrey, if you have it there for us. Thank you.
Okay.
So I hope everybody had a chance to read over this. So Audrey and myself, there's some, this is all the roles, the task that a chairperson would have. Since she's the co-chair, they're a little adjusted. I just want to make sure everybody agrees with everything. And then further down, there's some other adjustments as well. Give
Scroll
everyone
down.
a second to read.
Oh.
Sure. Is everyone all set with this page?
Looks good.
Good, yeah.
scroll.
The co-chair. Ooh.
Let us know when to scroll.
It's okay by me.
Thank you. Let us know when to scroll.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
We do not have a description for a co-treasurer since it's a new thing, and maybe something for Jim and Eileen to deliberate on.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we intend to talk out the duties. Mostly, I haven't been with you guys long enough to really feel like my feet are on the ground. So in looking at both my job as co-chair to Jim, and also my job as a parent, as the grants coordinator and a fundraiser, I'm going to need to put together a plan and a year's calendar. I still don't fully understand how the year works. So I was hoping to be able to work with Jim and maybe Joe to plot all that out. My question to that is, do we have to do that as a main meeting, or can we do it as a side meeting and come back and talk about our, what we've come to decide and see if everybody agrees with that?
Joe, could you comment on this for us?
Yeah, sure. So Eileen, it is permissible for members of the council to come together, say one-on-one or two or three, as long as we don't have a quorum of our membership in discussion on any particular topic that might influence a vote on whatever we're trying to accomplish. So, getting together to try to iron out the meeting minute or the calendar or whatever you want to do, that sort of things. You can meet with me on that. You can meet with Jim on the treasure related stuff. And if there's anything relevant that may lead towards a vote, we just need to make sure that those conversations are brought forward at the next meeting. And you would work with Tamar to add those items to the agenda.
Okay, well, would you and Jim agree to meet with me at some point and soon?
Yep. Absolutely,
Okay.
Eileen. And also, Eileen, just to point it out, we're just beginning our grant cycle. So when you talk about a calendar year of activities, this is the time to start making note of the things that we'll be doing.
Mhm.
When we get our allocation and we start doing our voting meetings. But this is really kind of the beginning of a new cycle for a new year.
Okay, well, that's good.
Perfect. Audrey, could we scroll down just to see what's under Eileen there? Yeah, we weren't able to see that. Thank you.
On the city website, I still have Eileen as also a grant coordinator and myself as administrator. I don't know if we want to combine any of those, I don't know. Just make my task as an admin just like now that's the co-chair position, or keep them as two separate positions that I'm holding, and same thing with Eileen.
I have a longer list of stuff. I don't know whether for my job.
Say that again. It's a longer list. You mean?
Yeah, it gives some ideas of what the co-treasurer would do. It gives a number of bullets of what the grant coordinator will do. And then it gives a number of bullets of what the fundraising raiser coordinator would do. So do you have a different script?
For grant coordinator and fundraiser, that's another one.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. The one that I have was updated 10/20, Audrey.
Let's see here.
So maybe.
Oh,
right,
sample, it was that last one, I think, sample test unofficial job responsibilities.
I think it's a different file.
It's that last one. See sample, that one, I think. Yeah, yeah. That's,
That's the right one, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, Eileen's list was a little longer. And this is because it's kind of interesting. If we were a larger council, we could really break up these roles. There's seats for a lot of people. So we're kind of moving tasks around. Like technically the grant coordinator would be, it's a solo role. We're kind of moving tasks around so things get done. So yeah, this is the longer list.
I don't have a problem with it. I just wanted to make sure I was looking at the right one.
No, sorry, I pulled up the wrong one.
Thank you for correcting us.
Yes.
So I guess we can scroll a little further if anyone doesn't have any comments about this section, which is Eileen's section.
Which also includes fundraiser.
We have Scene and Joe. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much, Scene. Everybody. And then this is the place where I'd like to put something on the table. Since we have a social media subcommittee, and that was my job previously, I would like to, and Joe, correct me if I'm doing this wrong, I'd like to put on the table to nominate Casey to take on the role of publicity coordinator. And certainly I will be happy to assist with whatever is needed. And Claudia also would like to be involved in the community in the role of publicity. So I would like to put on the table the possibility of voting in these two women to take on the publicity coordinator role.
Hey, Mara, that would be appropriate. It is in line with the agenda.
So I would like to put this to a vote. Was anyone like to talk about these two women taking on this role to help us out with publicity?
I think it's a good choice, good idea.
And I want just offer my 2 cents. I would be happy to assist on that effort since, you know, it's sort of in my wheelhouse of knowledge as well. So I'd be happy to assist them as needed as they go through.
And contacts, I imagine you have a lot of contacts,
I do.
and that would be very helpful.
It would be very helpful. And Casey, I know, would like to learn some PR work, and Claudia loves the community, likes to be very active in the community. So I'd like to put this out to a vote.
I would like to second
I'd like-
Casey and Claudia.
I'd like to have someone make a motion to
I'll make a
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
So Eileen would like to make a motion to nominate Casey Taylor to be our publicity coordinator and have a co-chair with Claudia. Do I have a second?
Second,
Would anyone like to speak to the motion?
Casey or Claudia, do either of you want to say anything?
They're so quiet.
Claudia, you're mute.
I'm wondering whether we should add Matt's name to the committee because I can see how he could be so helpful. Okay, Matt,
I would be happy to do that.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to have you. And even if you just want to be like an assistant or like person to call on here and there.
consultant
Whichever.
too.
Absolutely.
Oh, my consultant.
I
I'm
think
going to interrupt to see if I'm being heard.
We can hear
Hear
you.
you, Claudia.
We got you. Yay. Claudia,
Thank
did you
you.
want to speak to the motion at all?
I'll just say I'm more than happy to do whatever needs to happen in the publicity department. And I look forward to it all. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
voting for me.
Thank you so much for your willing volunteer spirit. So we have a first table from Eileen to vote in
Point
these?
point of order, Tamar.
Sorry,
We
yeah.
we had an amendment to the motion made, and
Yes.
Eileen would need to recommend, would need to accept the amendment to her motion.
Thank you,
So
Joe.
we can move to a vote.
Eileen, do you accept the amendment to the motion?
I do.
Now what do I do, Joe?
Now, we need a second on the amendment. So whoever called the second, if you also agree, you can.
I'll
second it,
second
or anyone
that.
else can second it. Very good. And then now you can call a vote.
Now I can? Okay, is there anyone else speaking to the motion before we call a vote? Just to be clear. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I just get clarity on who seconded that motion, the amended motion?
Claudia?
Okay.
Do we, on that note, do we want to do something with the social media and events committee and somehow combine that with a publicity committee, or?
Yeah, basically, if I may, Joe, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. Basically, this publicity coordinator, this publicity committee would basically encompass social media because it's all related to PR, basically. So it would include, and certainly I'm willing to do whatever is needed, TV, radio. I thought that's a direction we can go in the new year. And even now, I have a call out to Sam trying to get, back on into the radio. So I think it's all goes under the same umbrella, and that's really what publicity is, and it would encompass the social media. So certainly myself and Audrey are actively managing the Facebook page. We can all get as much help as possible. So, and there's more that can be done. So I think the answer to that question would be yes.
Excellent.
And
And much like
make that a formal vote?
No, because it's really maintains press and media relations, and that really does encompass social media. Like,
Can I ask what happened to Jessie?
Jesse's
just
still involved. She's
Yeah,
just
she's
really
still
busy.
yeah, she's really busy. She's
Okay.
busy with art stewards. So, all right. So I think we can move on. On that note, we're going to go to the treasurer's report. So Jen, would you have that for us?
Yes, I have a couple things to discuss tonight. Right now, in terms of our local funds, we have a balance as of 10/31/20. Local funds of $1,645.95. And in our Mass Cultural account for granting this past year, we have $11,932.92. Now, I want to point out to the council that at this point, all of our grantees have been accounted for in terms of this past grant cycle. We have 33 that have requested their funds and have received them. At our last meeting, we encumbered some funds for 3 grantees for the moving into the next year, and which we've already voted for, and that total was $2,550 for those 3 grantees. We all then have 3 grantees that returned funds. We discussed this at our last meeting. The Winterfest through the Recreation Department in Fitchburg that returned the funds. In the Rec Department, their Winterfest festivities for $1,000 was returned. The Adventures of Perseus, that was a play that was going to be at Memorial Middle School through the PTO of $550 was returned. And the Expressive Arts Therapy grant for $200 was returned, not able to do it. And obviously Adventures of Perseus wasn't able to be held because of COVID. So that gives us $1,750 that Veronica Martel has indicated that we may be able to apply to our funding grant coming up this year. So I would like to get a motion from the council, a vote from the council on a motion to re-grant those funds that were returned to us in this past grant cycle.
Jim, I'd like to make that motion.
Okay.
second.
Anyone want to speak to that?
I think it's a
All
great
in
idea.
favor? I think so too.
Yeah.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Matt, do you need a second to get those?
Yeah, who was the second on that?
Casey.
Casey, okay.
Casey.
Got it. Thank you.
And one last thing, I just want to point out to the council that we annually do a report to the Mass Cultural Council. There are 9 different sections, and we'll be getting to do it because it's going to be due in March of the next year. Sections 1 and 2 of this annual report, financial reporting. And I'm going to begin doing some of that. And it's due, section 1 really is a financial report coming from our auditor, Calvin Brooks. And that is due on December 14th. So that'll be just before our next meeting. So I'll be talking more about it as we go, but the section 1 will be filed, as I said, by December 14th.
And Jim, you got the final packet that I forwarded to you from Fitchburg Art Museum, right?
Yes, I did.
Excellent.
Got that today.
Jim, could you, this report that you just gave us, is there a way that that could be given to Matt so we have all the details for the notes
Sure.
for our minute?
The breakdown of the funds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is that possible?
I was trying to keep up, but just to be safe, yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it to
Okay,
you.
yeah. That would be great. And so Eileen, will she be shadowing you on putting that report together that's due on the 14th?
Yes, I wanted to mention to you, Eileen, that I'll be giving you a call in the next week, and so we can start putting it together. It's not too detailed, or long for section 1. Section 2 gets a little more complicated, but that's going to be due in the sometime in January, February, and that's really depending upon this passage of the state budget.
Okay, all right. I'll look forward to hearing from you.
Okay.
Thank you guys very much. Is
Jim,
there anything else?
so you know, Jim, as in other years, you know, if you need any assistance with putting that stuff together, I'm here for you.
Well, great, Joe. Thank you. Yeah, probably during when we put together section 2, it's a little more complicated.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Jim. Is there anything else we need to vote on in your department?
Nope, well set.
Okay. So next on the agenda is the grant coordinators report. Eileen, do you have anything for us?
No, I don't. Was I expected to?
No. It's your report. It was your section of the meeting. So if you have anything, you
Okay.
can bring it up.
No, it's a bit early.
Okay.
I have a
So-
question. I don't know if this can fall somewhere on the agenda or not, but Tamar, we got that email where someone was saying that they prematurely submitted their application but weren't able to attach documents. Joe or Jim, do either of you know if they can reopen that application and attach it, or if they are allowed to just send us an email with those attachments?
Well, I
And
reached
then
out to her because she emailed me personally, and I said she needs to email the Fitchburg Cultural Council's email address, and
Mhm.
that I couldn't really accept documents from her that she still has another month to then put anything else into her application. And correct me if I'm wrong, but once the application's there, they can still log in. Am I incorrect in saying that?
I think the application is available to go in and edit even after submission,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
but that's something you can confirm with Veronica or try it yourself. You know, go in and see if you can edit the applications.
She's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we need to keep letting people know, because we've had a couple people didn't realize that they thought they were late, and then they have time. So we're at the end of our meeting in 30 minutes. Our next meeting is the 15th of December, and at that time we will need to decide on our schedule for reviewing the grants, and I'll be reaching out to Matt and seeing about how to get the files produced for us, and if Fitchburg State won't be able to, then we'll figure that out. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Is there anything else that we need to, that we can talk about, even though it's not on the agenda? If anyone wants to have any other comments, we're done early.
I have some questions. Primarily for Tamar and Audrey. And I think if this is something that we can discuss outside of a meeting, then we can do that also. But just would it be possible to set up a meeting with us and Claudia, if you're interested in joining, so we can talk about the social media aspect of the PR, and that way you guys can have some more time freed up for your other responsibilities, and we can start taking care of the social media aspect of things.
Yep, I'd be happy to set up a secondary, we'll do a meeting, and if we need to put an agenda into the city, we can do that as well. I can use my Zoom
Okay.
account. Help us,
Okay.
no problem. We will do that. That is great. I'm so excited. There's a lot we can do with PR, and I think the community needs it, and I think we can do it. We'll do it. All right, well, we are done early. Thank you guys so much for your attention today. I would like to adjourn this meeting. Do I have a motion from anyone?
So moved.
Second,
Anyone speaking to that, or all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you so
Aye.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Nice to see you.